Hello, my name is Laura.
My name is Ruby.
We have spent the summer reading a lot of great books from our Telling Tales authors. I thought we could make some recommendations today based on the kind of books you and your kids might already enjoy. How does that sound?
Let's do it.
The first book I want to talk about is great for kids age 8 to 12. It has a Spy Kids vibe and it's perfect if your kid is into experiments, even if the experiments don't go exactly as planned.
Like making slime or building things, like maybe a death ray.
Or if your kid likes gadgets.
Don't forget ferrets. This book reminded me of the Mysterious Benedict Society.
That's right, it's a story about a group of genius kids who have to solve a mystery.
And save the world.
Should we tell them what it is?
Nikola Tesla and the Ferret-Proof Death Ray.
This book is by author Jess Keating. It's the first book in the Elements of Genius series. It has fast-paced action from beginning to end, starting with the main character, Nikki, blowing up her bedroom and being sent to the Genius Academy. All the students at the Academy are reimagined great historical brains, like Leo da Vinci and Charlie Darwin.
But then Nikki's death ray is stolen.
And the kids have to track the thief around the world.
And keep Pickles the ferret happy.
So if you and your kids like adventure stories with lots of plot twists, scientific gadgets, and international mystery, not to mention all the drama that comes with being in middle school, try out Elements of Genius, Nikola Tesla and the Ferret-Proof Death Ray by Jess Keating.
If you like it, there are already 2 more books in the series.
Now that I think about it, all of the books we are talking about today have some sort of mystery in them. The next book is good for kids age 9 to 12 who like an engaging story where the characters find and follow clues to solve a mystery. It reminded me of the Hardy Boys or Nancy Drew.
It's also part of a series.
Okay, tell us the title.
The Case of the Burgled Bundle by Michael Hutchinson, a Mighty Muskrats mystery.
This story takes a classic mystery and places it into a contemporary Indigenous context, the Windy Lake First Nation, and the kids who become detectives are cousins Chickadee, Autumn, Otter, and Sam.
A big event is happening at the reserve, the National Assembly of Cree Peoples. But of course, there's one big problem.
That's right, the center of the 4-day-long ceremony, the memory bundle, has been taken.
If your kid likes The Investigators or other stories about Kid Detective, this one is for them.
It has intrigue, it has humor, and we learn about community relationships and traditions and the importance of ceremony.
There are 3 books in the series right now, and the 4th one, The Case of the Rigged Race, is coming out in September.
Have you ever wondered what it would be like to wake up all alone in a treehouse and not know anything about who you are except your name?
I might not mind it so much if I was surrounded by books and everything I needed to make the perfect bowl of oatmeal.
That's exactly what happens at the beginning of our next book, Beatrice and Croc, written by author Lawrence Hill.
Of course, that isn't all that happens in the first few pages. While Beatrice is making her oatmeal, she meets a gigantic crocodile with 2 rows of very sharp teeth.
But he becomes her helper and her friend.
And someone is leaving them clues in fancy purple handwriting.
Beatrice and Croc have to figure out who they are and how to get home.
I would call her story a quest. It's a little bit like The Wizard of Oz and Alice in Wonderland, and even Narnia. Beatrice has to face many obstacles and solve lots of riddles to earn the chance to leave the forest.
She meets a lot of interesting characters along the way, including a friendly turquoise tarantula named Fuzzy and one very energetic rabbit named Horace Harrison Jr. III.
The treehouse also comes with a dictionary of only the best words, real and concocted. I like the word bumfuzzled, which means to be utterly confused and somewhat dazzled.
This book is for kids aged 9 to 12, especially those who like to completely immerse themselves in a new world. As a reader, you really feel like you are right beside Beatrice on her adventure as she does everything she can to figure out who she is and find her way home.
And no matter what happens, she stands by her new friends.
Okay, this last series also has an element of mystery, but I would call it a thriller.
A thriller with an alien twist?
Don't forget the environmental crisis that turns out to have a dark purpose. We're talking about the Bloom Trilogy by author Kenneth Opel. It starts with bloom, then hatch, and finally thrive.
In some way, this is a story about survival, what skills you need to face a hostile invasion.
It's so difficult to talk about this one without giving away the twists. It reminded me a lot of The Umbrella Academy. It's an intense story that is definitely best for older middle grade or teen readers. It starts with some rain, Then odd black plants begin to grow. Then the plants take over fields and houses and breathe out toxic fumes.
That's when it takes a Little Shop of Horrors twist. The plant starts to feed.
The three main characters, Anaya, Petra, and Seth, find out they are immune to the toxins. But then they start to change. What are they changing into? What does it mean?
Reading this whole series is like riding a roller coaster. It builds and twists. Just when they have solved one problem, another crisis happens.
It's a thrill ride for sure.
So if you and your kids like stories with an element of mystery, we have a book from a Telling Tales author for you. You can follow a group of genius kids as they track a thief on an international Spy Kids adventure.
You can join cousins turned detectives as they search for the treaty bundle and preserve the history that is passed down to each generation.
You can journey with Beatrice on her quest to find her way home and remember who she is.
Or you can help three teens figure out how to fight an alien invasion trying to take over the world. Happy reading!